The person number one kept going. This person kept digging, even when it was hard, even when nothing made sense, even when they couldn't see what was ahead. They trusted the process, they stayed consistent, they believed there was something on the other side. And because they didn't quit, they found the breakthrough. The person who quit too soon, this person was just as close, maybe even closer than the first person. They got tired, they got frustrated, they let their emotions take over, so they stopped, not knowing they were only one step away. The difference is not talent, it's not luck, it's not even opportunity. There's a difference, it's endurance. This verse is about reassurance in uncertain seasons. You can be so close to your dreams, so close to your breakthrough, and not even realize it. Most of the time, when you're the closest you've ever been to receiving the promise, that's when people fall. You can wait years, put in the work, stay consistent, and then quit right before it happens. Why does this happen? Mostly because of emotions. When you live by emotions, you stop when it gets hard. But when you live by faith, you build resistance. You learn how to get back up no matter what, no matter the circumstances that you're in. If you had a bad day today or a good day, you decide either if you keep going or you stay there. A lot of people lose everything they've worked for just because they feel like they deserve it now. But God doesn't work on our timing. God tests your character. He allows you to go through things, but He also reminds you that at the right time, He will deliver. He doesn't lie. And if I can speak on my experience and still something that I'm going through, for me, I've gone through a lot of tests, trials, and even anxiety, but mostly doubts and pressure of remaining still. And I'll be honest, it's not easy, but it's easy to quit. I think the easiest thing you can do is quit. But the hardest thing is to keep digging when your arms are tired until you finally find gold. That's why only a small percentage of people actually reach their dreams. Not because they're not capable, but because they let small things, temporary feelings, and difficult moments to get in the way of the bigger picture. So this message is for you. If you're in the waiting season like me, I don't know what you're waiting for, but I know this. You have to wait. You have to wait. Sometimes when I feel broken, when I feel tired, I remind myself I didn't come this far just to come this far. Even when I felt like quitting, even when I felt like doing things my way, I always knew that God's way was better. That right now is what keeps me going. Because sometimes I can get in my emotions, but I'm reminded that even if I decide to take things in control, I know that I'm going to go back to Him and run back to Him. When you rush God, you put yourself in mess. When God builds you slowly, you learn to appreciate what you prayed for. But when you want things fast, when you want that fast, trust me, when you have what you've always prayed for, you won't feel fulfilled. You will always want the next thing. So when God is building you, when God is building your character, when God is removing things out of your heart to restart your heart posture all over again so that it can look like His, you kind of realize that the way that you were moving, if you're mature enough spiritually, that it makes you think of how you aren't ready yet. And I think that's the fear of it too, just feeling like you don't want to say that you're not ready because you want the thing so bad, but chances are you're not ready and you have to accept that you're not ready. And in the meantime, let God guide you so that you can be ready for what He's about to give you and what you've been asking Him. You might think that you're ready, but in all reality, you're not. And that's why it takes time. And that's why you're waiting. I know it's hard, but wait. Because endurance is the key to growth. Endurance is the key to success. And endurance is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who almost did.